The movie begins with a series of shots showing wedding-related items from an old scrapbook box. A voiceover by Candice Bergen narrates the story of two girls, Emma and Liv. When they were children, their mothers took them to lunch at the Plaza Hotel one June day. While there, they witnessed a wedding taking place and instantly fell in love with the idea of having their own weddings in June at the Plaza. At the wedding, the bride accidentally dropped a hair barrette, which Emma and Liv picked up as a keepsake. From that moment on, they began collecting wedding items, adding them to their scrapbook box. They even practiced getting married in their attic, where Liv always played the bride. This tradition and dream of a perfect June wedding stayed with them as they grew up. The story shifts to the present day. Emma and Liv are now 26 years old and attending a friend's wedding. They are there with their respective boyfriends, Fletcher and Daniel. During the wedding, Emma and Liv critique the event, discussing what they would do differently if it were their own wedding. Later, when the bouquet is tossed, they both eagerly try to catch it, showing their intense desire to make their wedding dreams come true. Candice Bergen's voiceover continues, describing their competitive and passionate behavior. Liv is a rising, determined associate lawyer who is used to getting what she wants. Emma, on the other hand, is a kind and patient teacher who works with a colleague named Deb, who constantly takes advantage of her by piling tasks onto her while doing very little herself. One evening, Liv and Emma are sorting through clothes in Liv's closet when they come across a Tiffany ring box. Liv is thrilled, thinking it's an engagement ring from her boyfriend, Daniel. Emma stops her from opening it and suggests she wait for Daniel to give it to her officially. Emma also advises Liv not to tell anyone until Daniel proposes, as it would be more special that way. However, later that night at a bar, Liv can't contain her excitement and tells everyone she's engaged, including her brother, Nate. While celebrating, Liv becomes emotional and steps outside. Emma follows her, offering comfort by acknowledging that Liv's parents would have been proud to see how far she's come in life. Meanwhile, Emma is having a quiet dinner of Chinese takeout with her boyfriend, Fletcher. When they open their fortune cookies, Emma finds an engagement ring inside. Fletcher proposes, and she happily says yes. Excited, Emma calls Liv to share the news. Liv congratulates her but can't hide a hint of disappointment that Emma got engaged first. The next day, while running together in the park, Emma mentions that she has already booked an appointment with Marion Street. Claire, the city's top wedding planner, as they both agree she is the only one they can work with. This pushes Liv to act quickly. She rushes to Daniel's office to ask about the ring and whether he plans to propose. Daniel pulls the ring from his pocket and explains that he was planning to propose that evening. He gently teases Liv about always being one step ahead of everyone, but they get engaged, making her dream a reality. The next morning, Liv and Emma visit Marion Street, Claire's office to secure their dream June wedding dates at the Plaza. Marion informs them that there are only 3 dates left, 2 on June 6th and 1 on June 27th. Liv immediately claims June 6th because it was her parents' anniversary. As they leave, they warn another bride entering the office that only one June date is still available at the Plaza. Later, while shopping for wedding dresses, Emma finds a beautiful Vera Wang gown. However, Liv tries it on and decides it's perfect for her. Emma chooses instead to wear her mother's wedding dress, which holds sentimental value. During their shopping trip, Marion calls with shocking news. Their weddings have accidentally been booked on the same date, June 6th. Both women are frustrated and try to resolve the issue by switching dates with the third bride. They manage to get the bride's name from Marion's secretary, who is fired for the mistake, and chase her around a department store as she scans wedding gifts. Despite their efforts, the bride refuses to switch dates. Back at square one, Liv and Emma discuss who should change their date, but neither is willing to compromise. Their fiancés suggest they have a double wedding, but both women quickly dismiss the idea, unwilling to share their special day. With tensions rising, they agree to hold off on making any decisions until the situation is resolved. As Liv and Daniel work on their wedding invitations, Daniel casually mentions to Fletcher that they are preparing their save the date cards. When Fletcher later tells Emma about this, she feels hurt and excluded. In response, she impulsively sends a hastily written email to her entire address book, excluding Liv, announcing June 6th as her wedding date. The growing tension between Liv and Emma comes to a head at their joint bridal shower. Liv confronts Emma about the email, and the two end up arguing publicly, revealing how their friendship has begun to fracture under the pressure of their competing weddings. Despite their unresolved conflict, Liv and Emma continue with their wedding planning. Both make non-refundable deposits for June 6 at the plaza, order invitations, pick out cakes, and prepare other details, all while avoiding each other. Their mutual friends refuse to take sides, leaving them to find their own maid of honor. Desperate, Liv calls old friends and cousins with no luck, eventually hiring her male assistant to be her maid of honor. Emma, equally unsuccessful in finding someone, reluctantly asks her colleague Deb. Deb agrees but demands more help at school in exchange for her assistance. As tensions grow, the two former best friends begin a series of pranks to sabotage each other's wedding plans. Liv starts by stealing Emma's dream DJ and booking him for her wedding. She then tampers with Emma's spray tan, making her skin turn an unnatural orange. Liv also sends a replacement dance instructor to Emma and Fletcher's wedding dance lesson, a demanding taskmaster who leaves them exhausted. She even plans to replace Emma's wedding video with an embarrassing clip from their wild spring break trip. Emma retaliates with her own schemes. She sends Liv cookies and chocolates, pretending they are from Daniel, in the hopes Liv will gain weight and no longer fit into her dress. She also submits an unflattering photo of Liv to their hometown newspaper for an article about her wedding. To top it off, Emma sabotages Liv's hair appointment, turning her highlights bright blue. As the pranks escalate, their fiancés bear the brunt of the fallout. Daniel tries to remain patient, but Fletcher grows increasingly frustrated with Emma's obsession over her rivalry with Liv. Their constant scheming and intense focus on one-upping each other begin to strain their relationships, especially between Emma and Fletcher, whose arguments become more frequent and heated. Liv attends her bachelorette party at a strip club with 3 friends, enjoying the wild atmosphere. However, the night takes a surprising turn when Emma crashes the party. Determined to outshine Liv, Emma challenges her to a dance-off, even swinging dramatically on a rope. The crowd cheers for Emma, leaving Liv upset and feeling defeated. Frustrated, she drowns her disappointment with several shots of alcohol. The next morning, Liv wakes up late and rushes to work, still sporting the blue hair from Emma's earlier prank. She arrives unprepared to present an important legal brief, which she had already fallen behind on. Her boss, unimpressed with her lack of professionalism, removes her from the case. Humiliated and frustrated, Liv feels her carefully managed life starting to unravel. Meanwhile, Emma has a chance encounter with Nate, Liv's brother, while he is on his way to pick up his tuxedo. Nate makes a casual comment, implying he might have waited too long to express his feelings for her. The remark leaves Emma thoughtful and adds another layer of emotional complexity to her already stressful situation. Despite their ongoing rivalry, both women start to feel the absence of their once close friendship. Liv and Emma no longer have each other to talk to about their struggles. While jogging in the park one day, Liv spots Emma running nearby. She tries to get her attention, but Emma, engrossed in her music, doesn't hear her. Similarly, Emma attempts to call Liv at her office, hoping to reconnect. However, Liv's assistant doesn't hear the phone ringing due to a misplaced office sign, and the call never gets through. Both women are left feeling isolated, their stubbornness keeping them apart even as they start to miss each other deeply. The big day finally arrives, and both Emma and Liv are busy preparing for their weddings. Emma's father visits Liv to wish her well, telling her that her parents would have been proud of her. Touched by his words, Liv begins to feel remorse for her earlier prank. She decides to switch Emma's wedding video back to the original one instead of the embarrassing spring break footage she had planned. Liv instructs her assistant to fix the video, but he purposely drops the CD in a bouquet of flowers, ensuring the change doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Emma's father visits her, bringing the cherished scrapbook box from their childhood. He takes out the barrette they had picked up at the plaza years ago and places it in her hair. Emma, overwhelmed with emotion, tells her father that the barrette should have been Liv's. Both women are flooded with memories and secretly wish to see each other, but the ceremony is about to start. As Emma and Liv head toward their respective ballrooms, their eyes meet briefly in the hallway. They exchange small smiles, acknowledging their shared history. Emma enters her ballroom, But as the ceremony begins, the prank video of her spring break escapades starts playing. Mortified and furious, Emma storms out, crashing into Liv's wedding. Without hesitation, she tackles Liv from behind, and the two women engage in a chaotic scuffle, disrupting both ceremonies. In the middle of their fight, Emma and Liv realize they can't continue like this. They burst into laughter and agree that their friendship matters more than their rivalry. As Emma gets up, Fletcher furiously berates her for ruining their wedding and insults Liv in the process. Emma, fed up, stands up for Liv and admits she wishes she were more like her. She then tells Fletcher that they aren't right for each other, pointing out that he fell in love with who she was a decade ago, not the person she is now. They break up, and Fletcher leaves. Emma removes the barrette from her hair and places it in Liv's, symbolizing their bond. She then walks Liv down the aisle, ensuring her best friend's special moment goes forward. At the reception, Nate approaches Emma and asks her to dance, hinting at a new beginning between them. 1 year later, Emma and Liv meet for breakfast. Emma reveals that she has just returned from her honeymoon with Nate, while Liv is happily married to Daniel. As they catch up, Liv suggests a toast, but Emma declines, saying she's not drinking. Liv smiles and says, she isn't either. The women laugh and reveal that they are both pregnant and due on the same day, March 3rd, signifying a new chapter in their friendship and Liv's. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.